journey started with Britain being approximately 6 degrees away from spontaneous combustion. The wildlife had given up. Dad was muttering about the heat like he intended to write a strongly worded letter to the sky. By evening the sky had finally had enough, and the first few drops of rain started falling. Now normally sensible creatures see rain and head indoors. Me and Willow immediately went outside. At first it was lovely, a little drizzle and a cool breeze. The sort of weather that makes you forget you've spent the entire day slowly baking. Then the rain got much heavier. At which point I made a mature and responsible decision and absolutely legged it back inside. Dad took one look at me and burst out laughing. Apparently I looked like I'd been fired from a cannon into a car wash. The man grabbed a towel and started drying me off. 5 minutes later I was wrapped up like an angry burrito while Dad fluffed me back into roughly the right shape. Then came the thunder. Sweet Jesus, the entire house shook. The sort of thunder that sounds like cod dropping a skip down a staircase. Willow, still outside sitting on top of the D&D library, chilled watching the storm. Another flash of lightning lit up the garden, and for a split second her eyes glowed. Not normal glowing. The sort of terrifying glow usually seen moments before a villain explains their master plan. Mom immediately opened the back door. Willow. She didn't budge. Willow, come inside. Another crack of thunder rattled the windows. Willow didn't even blink. By now the rain was coming down sideways. The D&D library looked like it was being pressure-washed by nature itself. Honestly, I don't think she worships cod anymore. I'm fairly sure she's moved on to Thor. Mom tried that weird voice humans use when they're pretending not to be desperate. Nothing. At one point Dad was standing in the doorway getting soaked, while Willow stared straight through him, like he was a minor administrative inconvenience. The woman was out there getting rinsed by a biblical weather event, and somehow everyone indoors was more stressed than she was. Finally Mom snapped, "Get the teen." The teenager arrived, and Mom pointed dramatically into the garden. "Call your cat." The teenager opened the door and shouted Wills. That wasn't one word. Willow immediately stood up and casually walked back inside. Mom had spent 10 minutes screaming into the abyss, and the teen used a single syllable. Mom immediately grabbed a towel and started drying her off. Willow looked furious, like she'd been interrupted halfway through an important religious experience. Then she turned, looked directly at me and hissed, "Excuse me, I wasn't the one trying to become Storm Queen of Oxfordshire." Easy there, spicy tramp. Follow for more chaos, ha ha ha.